Hey guys, I'm making a different video today. It's still part of those inspiring experiences, right, that Inspired Traveler is bringing to you. I just want to share something with you because obviously Inspired Traveler is all about what I've learned from my experiences through activities, events, really fun things that I take part of the travels of Nadia and myself. So I just want to share this with you guys quickly, and this is just it's gonna be in a two-part or three-part rather. The first aspect of this is the effect that going skydiving has had on me in my life. The second aspect is and that includes how I interact with people. Second aspect is what I've noticed that people have been doing and how I think that it could be different. And of course, I'll draw a conclusion and give you guys some tips and tricks about life in general based on this particular experience only. So as you guys know, a little while ago I went skydiving. It was an awesome experience. I always wanted to do it, and I got to do it finally with a friend of mine. And it was awesome, like I say. As I explained in the previous video, I'm not going to go into details, but really the hardest part is stepping off the plane, and I already made a video about that tells you guys how that relates to life in general, right? Now this particular video is about what effect that has had on me personally, aside from the way that people interact with me because of that. So since I went skydiving, I realized that I am more willing to take risks. Like for instance, when I went to Coney Island, the slingshot and all those rides that I would get onto did not scare me. It was thrilling, don't get me wrong. It's not like they were boring, but I didn't have that fear, you know, and that fear just went away. So that's one thing that it did for me. The second thing also is that it gave me a lot more confidence. And see, the confidence aspect, I'm just looking at it from how I've changed because of skydiving, but there's also a second aspect, which is the confidence that I've gained because of people's reactions to me going skydiving. It's very interesting. So bear with me a little bit here. I've gotten a lot more confident when it comes to doing things, going places, and when it comes to talking to people. And one major aspect of that is approaching women in general. I remember I wasn't the way I am now. Right now, I don't care. If I walk down the street, I see a beautiful woman, and what I feel like doing is kissing her, I will go and just do it. I don't care if I get slapped or not. At the end of the day, there's no more fear, especially at that level and on various other levels as well. So the confidence, the increase in confidence is a very big part of what I've gained from going skydiving. The third thing is that I have a passion for thrilling experiences. Anything adrenaline related drives me insane with interest and passion, and I guess that's what you would call an adrenaline junkie of sorts. So I think it's a really awesome experience to have. It changed me as a person a lot, quite a bit. So that's what it did to me. Now there's a second aspect to this, as I was explaining, which is how people are reacting to it. Well, two parts to this, right? Number one, how people in general are reacting to it. They're like, oh my god, that is so crazy, man. You know what, I would have never been able to do it. You got bald, congratulations, you would never catch me doing this. So it's a little mixed, you know, but overall it's very positive. I'm getting very positive feedback from that. So that's the first aspect. The second aspect, which I think is very valuable for a lot of guys out there primarily, it's the fact that, you know how they always tell you that women are attracted to bad boys, like they like that? Well, you see, I don't know that it's specifically that. What they're really attracted to is someone that is fearless, someone they know is willing to do whatever it takes to protect them, someone that's exciting, that's not boring, because I know a lot of guys are boring for whatever reason. So that's really what it is. It's not the fact that the person does bad or negative things. It's the fact that they're willing to jump in and take risks. They're more they don't need to plan everything out, you know. They're more spontaneous, and that is an attractive trait. So the experience I've been having, particularly, well, Facebook and Instagram, and in real life, but I want to really particularly touch on Facebook and what happens in real life. So on Facebook, the effect has been that I've been getting tons and tons of friend requests, without exaggerating, up to 300 a day. Sometimes it's 100. So it's like people are attracted to be like, oh my god, this is so cool, you know. And that's one thing I remember mentioning to Leanne, with her Naturally Bubbly channel, whose link is posted here. I remember telling her, hey, the reason why so many men are attracted to you is not because you're beautiful only physically. It's the energy, the vibe, you're just glowing whenever you talk. And that's what people like. People love it. Men and women, by the way, are attracted to that. So that's that aspect of it. In real life, as I was explaining before, I've gotten a lot more confident, yes, but also it's that energy that I'm radiating. I guess you could call it an energy of confidence, of belief, and I don't know what it is really. But I realize that when I walk down the street, well, I don't notice the guys because it's like, hey, what's up? You know, it doesn't really matter to me like that. But what I've been noticing is the women. They smile, they go out of their way to approach me, you know, to put themselves in my line of sight. All of that good stuff, you know, stuff that's fun and interesting and exciting. So that's one thing that I've been noticing. And before I move into the third aspect of this, what this whole experience has brought me or has showed me, I want to make a transition, and that is the reason why I mentioned Facebook is particularly this, so that it can lead me into the next stage of this discussion. Yes, 200-300 friend requests, blah blah blah, getting friends left and right. Hey, I don't mind. The more people have access to the information I'm putting out there, the better it is for me. So that's great. Before I even move further, people that I haven't heard from in years, both men and women, all of a sudden contacted me. They want to meet up, they want to hang out. Because they feel like, wow, this guy's having a great time. This guy's not focused on finding a girlfriend or on working all the time. This guy's just enjoying life, and people, I guess, are attracted to that. So that's that. Now, moving on, when I mentioned the fact that I wanted to make that transition, it's because of the messages, the Facebook messages. Oh wow, my god. You know, Leanne has been having issues with that. I remember her posting something about that issue, because guys just don't know how to talk to women. There's no respect. Now in my case it's different, because women have that respect, perhaps that little bit of fear. So although they approach me a lot, and that is the reason why, by the way, anybody who's watching this who's written to me and hasn't gotten the message, it's because I haven't had the time to go through all of the messages. Okay, it's not that I'm ignoring you, but they send me messages here and there. And now, transitioning to the third aspect of this discussion, I need to say to you people, You need to learn how to approach people, how to interact with them. And I'm saying this for two reasons. Number one, the experience that Layan had with this one guy who really was nasty to her, trying to talk to her, and because he feels like, oh, she's beautiful, he wants to have a conversation with her, but yet he doesn't even know how to hold a conversation with someone. It's unbelievable. And then he got very disrespectful. So that's the first reason. The second reason why I'm bringing this up is because of the messages I've been getting. Okay. No, they are not dumb. I am not calling the messages or the people sending me the messages dumb. However, here's a tip. If you want to get someone's attention, okay, there has to be a reason for it. There has to be a purpose. You cannot just... It got annoying to me because I would get messages such as, hey, and oh, by the way, they send messages many times. It's crazy. They send messages many times. Hey, hi, how are you? And I'm talking about day in and day out, the same group of people doing the same. Some of them send a message and like, hey, thanks for accepting my friend request. Fair enough. It stops there. But there are some of them that are persistent, which I admire. Don't get me wrong. However, the approach has to be different. Okay, I don't know what it is, but people feel that by just saying, hey, hi, that doesn't work for me, because I know very well that you are not just looking to interact at a platonic or a very perhaps personal development level, which is what I'm talking about on all of my posts. You're trying to get a conversation started with me because I seem interesting or attractive, whatever your reason might be. But there is a way to do it. Perfect example. This girl sends me a message. She's like, oh wow, your page is very beautiful. I really love your post. She wrote a few other things. I don't remember quite what it was, but there was substance to the message. You understand? And I replied. Obviously, I was like, hey, thank you. How are you? And we had a little back and forth, and we talked for a little bit. But the vast majority, it is unbelievable how they simply say, hey, hi, and then when you do not respond, they write hey again, and hey, and then the next day they do it like 5 times a day. They keep writing, keep writing, keep writing. At the end of the day, I had to block one girl because she would write me and I wouldn't answer because I figured, yeah, you have nothing to say. You know, that's what it is. You have to understand people. I'm not just saying this just to vent. I'm talking about knowing how to approach people, how to get a conversation started with someone. You have to understand, the person has their own life. Okay, that works for guys specifically, because you guys are the ones that make the approaches usually. You are walking down the street, right, and you see a very beautiful woman. You want to talk to her, you want to interact with her, and you go up to her, you start a conversation. You got to be able to say something interesting enough so that the person who has a focus, something that they're doing, can actually, so you can actually divert their attention away from that focus onto you, so that you can actually communicate with them and then let out what it is that you're trying to get out to them. You know, it can't just be hi, how are you, or good morning, because the reason why it got annoying to me is because they would write the messages over and over and over and over again, and then some of them would get mad. They would say, hey, I wrote to you, you never answered me, like as a post on my page. Or they would say something, just something like, okay, I see you ignoring me, fine. And I would keep ignoring. The next day they start over. It's like, really, people? You see, I feel like this social media age has disconnected us and has put us in a position where we don't know how to talk to each other anymore. We just talk at people, we don't talk to people. And that is creating a big problem, because I have a lot of female friends who complain about it when it comes to dating, online dating more specifically. And it's really tough for them because they keep thinking, wow, there's no guy out there. Well, the truth is that most of those guys that would be able to keep a conversation with you, they're out there having those conversations with people. They're not online. That's one of the reasons why. But regardless, you know, I just felt like I had to get this out there to let you guys know you need to learn how to communicate with people, whether it is for a job, whether it is for someone that's attractive to you, whether you're a guy or a girl, whether it's for something that you need, an application, you're going to work, whatever it is, you need to be able to communicate. Communication is key. Communication is the cornerstone of everything that you do. If you cannot communicate what it is that you want, you will never get it. Like Tony Robbins said, life will pay the price that you ask of it. How do you ask? You have to be able to communicate. That's really what it is. So that's what I wanted to get out there. Okay, guys, it's interesting what I've been able to learn from going skydiving. It has changed my outlook on life, but it has also showed me what is going on out there, because you would always hear women or people complain about the types of messages they will be getting from people, and to be honest, I've experienced it, and it is not fun. It's sad, actually, because I really do not see myself answering any of those messages. Why? Because there's no substance to them. And if I can feel that way as a man, imagine a woman who is getting way more messages than I am, way more, who's being approached a lot more than I am. Imagine being in that person's shoes for a minute, and then think that person's going through their list of messages, they're reading them, they're reading the subjects or seeing previews, and they see a whole bunch of hi, hey, hi gorgeous, how you doing? Why would that person waste their time and answer 1,000 highs? They will skip over your message and go on to the guy who actually wrote something related to them, or something funny, something about their profile. And that's the tip that I really wanted to give you guys, whether you're a man or a woman. First thing you do, look at what the person's doing. What are they involved in when they're around you? Look at their surroundings. Look at what they're wearing. You look at their attitude. Listen to their conversation before you approach them. Don't approach the person solely to say hi and not have anything more to say, because then it will get annoying to the person and they will dismiss you, because they will feel as though you are wasting their time. And so quit wasting people's time. You don't have to talk to every hot girl out there. You don't have to talk to every guy that you find attractive out there. Take your time and do it well. The person I've learned from going to New York City quite a bit lately, that people aren't mean, people aren't dismissive in nature. People are really nice and caring, and all it requires is a great attitude. You have to have a good sense of humor, and you just have to be able to talk to the person. Let go of the fear and just communicate with them, but do it the right way. That's really what I wanted to share with you guys. I know this isn't really an adventure that I went on, but it's like a combination of all these adventures that I went on that led to what I've been experiencing lately, and I wanted to share it with you guys to get you guys to understand that you need to step up your communication game. That's really what I had to say today. So I will see you guys next Saturday with another episode of Inspired Traveler. Again,